like around the early 90s.
Okay.
So the topic today is ferries.
Okay.
So how did people, like we always talk about horses and cars and all that. So, you know, before bridges, ferries, and even Gay Street was a ferry.
Yeah. At
one point. We've talked about that before. So you may know other Wright's Ferry, like if you, by West Town Mall, if you go up Morrell Road, it continues on to Wright's Ferry. Yeah. That was a ferry.
What was in Sequoia Hills?
Boyd's. Yeah. Boyd's Ferry. It's Boyd's Ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Boyd's Ferry. Yep.
Lowe's Ferry.
Lowe's Ferry is
Lowe's Ferry.
Blows Ferry.
Yeah.
Blows Ferry's
Blows Ferry, yes.
Blows
Okay.
Ferry. Right, and there is a Boyd's Ferry.
And there is a Lowe's Ferry.
And there is a Lowe's Ferry.
That's out in Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of ferries, big and small.
Yeah. And there's one kind of over in the Clinton area that I think still runs.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
So I looked in the newspaper, there was one in Dayton that was still running.
I rode on that one in like 94, 95, but I think it's shut down now.
The one in Dayton?
Ferry.
Yeah, the one in Dayton.
That was Smith Ferry.
I had a coworker with me at the time. I'm like, hey, I want to do this. As we're on the ferry, he tells me he doesn't know how to swim.
Oh.
I'm like, well, don't get out of the car.
Yeah, you put the car on it.
So what was out here when the ferry just farmed?
The house that we'll come back to the house, but we're gonna walk as close as we can without trespassing at the end to look at the house. But this was a big farm, and this was Hodges Ferry. Before that, it was Bowman Ferry, and then it was just Riverdale Ferry, right? Because this ferry got you from Timberland Heights across the water to Riverdale, and they say that the landing is still down here.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that's what I was gonna look for.
What year did you say?
This neighborhood was developed in the 90s.
1990s?
Yeah, early 90s. This neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah, the house was first the Bowman house, and it's from the late 17.
Oh, wow, is it really?
The house was built in 1836.
Okay.
But the Bowmans were part of those early people that came in the late 1700s.
Okay.
And so he built the house in 1836, and then it was sold to the Hodges family. Well, it was inherited by the Hodges family.
And your Hodges?
It is indirectly my Hodges.
Indirectly?
Indirectly my Hodges.
Okay.
But they say, I was just going to look at the map. I don't know if we can get down to it, but maybe we can see it from the road.
I'm guessing there's a river right here somewhere?
Right behind the house.
Yeah. And they say that, so there's a road, we're walking in on this road now, so I think it says Bill's Landing, like it's at the end. I think if we go right, it's at the end of something called Bill's Landing.
Okay.
And we may be able to see, the reason I waited on the house is because I think if we get down here to Bill's Landing and look back up, we may be able to see the house better.
Okay.
And the house is over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up on the hill.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. This is a nice neighborhood.
It's really nice. Like that was part of the thing is like you don't even know this is out here.
I had no idea. I mean, this whole area is beautiful.
And it's just one little, like, one kind of main street, really.
Yeah.
So this is the French Broad,
Okay.
right? And have you all been to Riverdale? What's out in Riverdale?
Mom and Dad used to run the school bus through Riverdale.
Yeah.
Which way is Riverdale?
It's
Upriver? Or?
northeast.
Just across there. Yeah.
I need other landmarks to let me know exactly where I am.
So the ferry would come down river and then turn around and go back up? Is that?
Ferry goes across.
Straight across.
Yeah. That's how you get across. And when this shut down, this one went until like the 40s or 50s, and people were complaining because to get over to Riverdale, they had to drive all the way out and over. So they're like 10-minute trip over to Riverdale. Their commute went way up.
Okay. Riverdale's where Thorngrove Pike and Kodak Road.
Okay.
Where Thorngrove Pike and Kodak Road intersect is the heart of Riverdale. There's an old school there.
Okay. So what's over that direction? thoroughly confused.
Timberland Heights and Johnson College is over there.
Mm.
College. Over
Gotcha.
there.
Okay.
University.
University.
Johnson
Yeah,
University.
yeah.
Sorry.
No longer Johnson College.
So where is Ramsey House from here?
Ramsey House is
You're gonna go back and it's gonna be
That way.
North.
You said Thorn Grove Pike.
north
That way.
If you-
on
John Sevier.
John Sevier.
Yeah. So,
And Marble Springs is south on John Sevier.
Yeah, we passed that on the way here.
yeah.
Well, I haven't been any further out, like Timberland Heights area, except for that church right before where we turn on Hopewell.
Okay. Yeah, if you kept going, I think the university.
Okay. Yeah, there was a sign.
And Knox County's smallest elementary school is near Johnson University, Pond Gap.
Pond Gap is not
Pond
near
Gap.
John- Where?
Pond Gap is near Johnson University.
Not that
Gap
Pond
is
Gap.
off. No.
Pond Gap?
Not the other Pond Gap.
Oh.
Are there two Pond Gaps?
Right. Well, yeah,
There's a
yeah.
Pond Gaps off of Southern.
Oh, yeah. No, this is the other Pond Gap Elementary School.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not the same.
And my
It's
other
not the
neighbor
same
there-
Pond Gap as Hollywood and Sutherland Avenue. No,
I did not know there was.
this is the original Pond Gap. All right, Jennifer, you got the dogs fired up.
If I get sick.
Oh wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Can you
Tell them you're
imagine?
related to the Hodges.
And this is a county road.
Just tell them you're related to the Hodges.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah.
This is my ancestors' land.
Yeah.
Really, you're on my land.
Yeah. Somebody's.
I'm related to Rob Gambino at Southeast Philadelphia.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's put an actual boat in there.
So ferries went across the river different ways, and this one was a cable and a pole. Bigger ferries
So
would
this
have.
was self-service?
Yeah, this had well, and it eventually was owned by Knox County. And the end of this ferry, and I guess that looks like maybe the opposite side. Looks like a clearing. I don't know. I think
There's
that
a house right on there.
is that a road there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so maybe that's maybe the natural cut across. I don't know where it picked up on the other side exactly, but or where it went. Right here. Well, to get you to the other side. So some bigger ferries used horses on a treadmill or on a like they would walk in a circle and wind and unwind.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's a word for it. There's a mechanism for that.
What's the mechanism they use for molasses?
Windlass.
Oh, that's it. That's the word. Yeah.
How's the fishing?
So the end of this was that it broke free from its cable and sunk.
Oh wow. Did you ever find it?
They picked it back up, but they didn't reinstall it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, bridges, you know.
It was modern.
Yeah. Bridges were more popular. But, okay, so what I brought you,
This was the Hodges Ferry here?
yeah, I think this is it. This must be it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not at the end of the road.
No. This is, if you look at the map, I was told it had a landing. This is, and if you look at the map,
Does the name Bill have any significance since they're calling it Bill's Landing, or is that the subdivision person?
that I don't know. So we're right here. Here we are. So see, this is the only spot. We just came in like this.
Oh, okay.
And just based on that, the newspaper saying that it was still here. I don't know why they would build this,
Why?
Sort of makes-
Go over here and look down, you'll see where the ferry sunk.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Did that guy tell you that?
Yeah, he said go up here on their dock and look straight down.
Oh, will they be okay with that?
Walk right here.
Is that his house?
I don't know.
So that must be the dark part right there in the water.
Oh, wow.
But he said the ferry sank right there and they just left it.
Huh.
Yeah. So if you're looking for, this is not this ferry, but here's some other ferries. This is the Ruggles Ferry.
Oh.
Been on Ruggles Ferry Road. There was a ferry out, if you go down Holston Drive and it becomes Armstrong Ferry Road, there was a ferry there. This one is McBee's Ferry, and the McBee story is related. We'll start walking back to the house after we're done. Do we want to, let's trespass.
Now we're videotaping this, so this is evidence that we're trespassing.
Okay.
I could always cut it out
Well, we're not going to hurt anything. We
Yep.
could-
if we get caught.
It's outside the fence.
Yeah, it's outside the fence. That's true. There's got to be like a
Right here. Come over to this side, you can see all the boards and stuff.
there's got to be an easement right here on.
Wow.
There's got to be an easement right here on the property.
Yeah, Brian, that's right. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool?
I don't know if it'll come up on this or not.
Come over here, you can see it.
I'll get out of the way.
Oh, wow.
That's bizarre. It's kind of like Knox County, isn't it? Just leave it there.
Just leave it.
He said
I'm glad they did.
He said he always heard that the ferry landing was right in here somewhere,
Okay.
and it went kind of almost straight across.
Huh.
Okay.
It sounds like that would be Kodak Road, I would
I
think.
think so.
Straight
I mean, I heard a car on it. I mean, so it's pretty close.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
you can
a
see the power
retaining,
lines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's power lines. Yep.
Let's see.
You said this was Ruggles?
This one is McBee's Ferry, and we're going to talk about
Ruggles is that one.
This has a bunch of rocks there, and if you
That's
look straight
amazing.
across, there's a similar thing
Yeah.
on the other side.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Rock
This
thing.
is reinforced with rock there, and then straight across. there's
It
the
is
same
with rock.
thing.
I see it.
But when
Yep.
when these were in
Yeah.
operation,
Yeah, right there,
this was
straight
just
across.
farmland. And
This was just,
Just
well, right, because this wasn't developed until